Hey friends, it's Jenny and Jeremy. I'm Jeremy, that's Jenny. And we're doing our hangout today from San Diego because Jenny was so nice to fly across the country and
welcome.
Yeah, and join us. So welcome, Jenny.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to Coffee and Customer Service. Today we want to entitle our talk, what is it, Under the Umbrella?
Under the Umbrella.
Which is fitting because it's frigid cold and rainy here in San Diego.
I don't want to hear it. But it is raining, and
it's
just ridiculous.
So the umbrella theme is really good for today. I don't think I'm going to hold my cup up here, but
we do have a nice hot cup of Starbucks. You got the wrong kind of tea, but
so I swapped mine out. But we wanted to talk specifically, one thing at Phone.com, one dynamic that we have currently is that our support is kind of strewn all over the country. We have Jenny over on the East Coast along with a couple other people. We have our Tier 1 support up in Oregon. That call center is up there. And then we have Tier 2 support and engineering down here in San Diego, California. Actually, Poway, but I say San Diego. And one of our big challenges has been to keep communication, keep motivation, all that good stuff within customer service really fresh, exciting, keep us united as a team. And we don't come to you this morning saying that we have it all figured out or that we are experts in this, but we wanted to just talk about what we're doing to help improve this, to constantly improve our communication. One thing, we've been reading this book, Raving Fans, which I don't have on my shelf right now, but by Ken Blanchard, and one of the things they talk about in that book is the increasing by 1% or improving by 1%. And that's a really comforting thing to think about, just the fact that we don't have to be perfect right off the bat, but we need to envision what we want and then take little 1% steps to move in that direction. So one of the, I think we've improved by about 3% over the last few weeks. But Jenny, I wanted you to talk about what your idea that you came up with and what we're doing to really keep everybody under the same umbrella.
Okay, well, as Jeremy mentioned, part of our customer service team is up in Oregon. And, I'm way on the East Coast and Jeremy's here in San Diego. So when we, communicate with them, it's obviously very difficult because we're not all in the same room. So we developed this idea kind of with, communicating in mind. It's called the communication coaches. So our supervisor team there's like 4 of us. We each are assigned a group, like 4 or 5 people that are our, communication coaches, so to say. So we've cut down, this big group of people as our customer service team up there. We've narrowed it down, and so now each of us can give individual attention. We can monitor the training a lot better, and we also get that personal connection because that's really good to have. We're not in the same room, so being able to get to know someone even though they're working for us, 3,000 miles away. It's, well, at least for me, 3,000 miles away. But it really helps bridge that gap and keep everyone under the umbrella. So it's been successful so far. We've been doing it for about a month now, or a little over a month. And we have already seen increased motivation. We've seen improvements in the representatives giving answers to customers just because they're getting the information. It's not being spread out as it was before. Well, what we did before was, it worked, but it didn't have that same personal connection. So now with that personal connection, it's improving significantly. We don't have like numbers or anything like that. You might have numbers, but but it's been, you can already tell, like just the way that we communicate with each other and the feedback that we get, and we make it kind of goofy. Like we have team names and stuff, and funny pictures, and it's just it's a cool little way to bridge the gap. And I think the way with society is now being so technology focused, it's cool to be able to do that. And we have so many opportunities online to be able to keep everything again under the umbrella. I like doing that.
Yeah, nice. So I think one thing that's good to talk about is the technology that we're using to do this. We use a ton of different communication technologies. What do you say? One of them, obviously, we use Instant Messenger all the time, and I think before we started the communication coaches, the team would just instant message anybody and everybody to try and get an answer, and I think the level of trust was really low, that in that they weren't sure if they'd actually get an answer, and on our end it would frustrate us because when Tier 1 asks everybody a question, they sometimes would get 3 or 4 people working on the same issue. It's just not efficient. But, I mean, you look at both sides, and both sides are trying to communicate effectively and just missing. So having one person that a few people can trust makes it better for everybody. So I think that's sometimes communication, small group communication, whatever, 101.
See, we're learning.
Yeah. So I think our blog is definitely helping as well, just communicate standards and what we want to see our customer service agents do. I think that's helping, and it's been fun from all different channels, we've been getting guest bloggers to blog about that. I'm trying to think what other technology has really helped. Social media a little bit. We definitely enjoy tweeting each other. That definitely keeps the fun alive. Did we talk about incentives?
We did not talk about incentives, but that is a huge one because we want to keep the team motivated and to keep doing a good job. And I mean, you created that funny stationery, and so you'll get this I'll get something in the mail from Jeremy and it has a picture of him and he's like thumbs up, and it's just it's funny, it's goofy, it's such a here we go. Yeah, from the desk.
It's a picture of me in my phone.com shirt. It says a serious note from the desk of Jeremy Watkins.
So if you get that with a Starbucks gift card or something else, it's just kind of a really funny personal way to be recognized for doing a good job. So I like that. I think it just puts a cool little personal touch on it. It's funny.
Yeah, we don't take ourselves too seriously.
No, we don't.
I will also say that under the topic of being under one umbrella, being under one roof periodically really helps. Like we did a training here with our Tier 2 yesterday, and we were all in the office. Because I don't think I mentioned that Tier 2, a number of them telecommute, and that just adds another layer of it. But we had them all in the office, and I would say it's 50% training and 50% social, which is really healthy. You want to be able to laugh together as a team and be able to mesh well, otherwise you can't work well together. And talk about ways to communicate better. The other thing that I thought was really cool is that we brought some of our engineers into our meeting between Tier 2, because Tier 2 escalates to the engineers, and just talked about we're implementing some technology that's going to help escalations better. And
yeah, and it's cool when when we all just talk to each other online and we're finally in the same room. It's cool. It's definitely very cool to connect like that. So, and
awesome.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's a really common thing for a lot of businesses. I know with our phone.com, we provide service for a lot of businesses that are all spread out, and so we know that it's happening everywhere for a lot of businesses because whatever rents too much for a business office and everyone works from home. So it's this type of communication is going to be something that has to improve for a lot of businesses, and there's so many different ways to do it, and it's so important that people remember that even though if you're not in the same location, you still have to provide the same type of management and leadership to your team. So
awesome. So we're all about keeping it under the same umbrella. We would love to hear what you think about this, and I would like to close this a little visual effect. How cool are webcams? Anyway, thank you for joining us for tea and customer
coffee.
service. Tea and coffee and customer service.
Couldn't
And
get any better.
if you're somewhere where it's stormy and rainy today, stay warm.
Yes.
Get your own cup of coffee. And comment on our blog and tell us your ideas for keeping it under the one.
Yes.
Have a great
Cheers.
day.